Hi everyone, this is an introduction to my new YouTube channel, which is going to be focused around cacti and succulent plants. There may also be a bit of a cameo from my two pet rats, if you like rats too. So I have around 50 plants, and my collection started probably 2 years ago now, and just slowly increased. I can't go anywhere without buying one now. Probably a bit of a problem, but it's alright. Plants make people happy, don't they? So starting over here, this is a Mammillaria albilinata, I believe it's pronounced. And it's actually coming into bud for the first time for me. I don't know if you can see down there. So I got this one from my mum. She actually bought me it on her holiday. Probably 2 years ago now actually. And this is the first time it's flowered for me since I got it. So hopefully that's doing well, I suppose. And this one here is a Mammillaria elongata, which is a copper king. And it's actually bloomed today for the first time ever, which is very good news. And that's on my Instagram as well, if you wanted to drop a follow on there. It's Windowsill Succulents. And so at the front over here, this is a Hadrocereus zonatus. And I've had this maybe a year now, and it's grown an inch in that time. So it was really tiny when I first got it. If you can see over here, if I get my finger in, over here where the spines are quite gold on the bottom and they're quite yellow at the top, where it's gold at the bottom, that's where it was when I got it. It had been overwatered in the shop, I think, and yeah, it made the spines go a funny colour, so it's doing better now, I think. It's leaning quite a bit, and they all are, due to being in a windowsill rather than in the garden. But I have just bought myself a greenhouse to put in the garden. I do live at home with my parents, so I've just bought a little small one just to put my plants in. So I'm looking forward to that in the next couple of weeks, to put that in the garden, because the weather's not really suitable at the minute. It's still quite windy and rainy every now and again, so I'm waiting till it perks up a bit for summer, and then I'll be able to put those outside. So then here at the front, I believe this is Pachyserius pringlei. Somebody told me that's what it was. So there's that. It's about 2 inches tall. It grew an inch last year as well, which I was pretty pleased with. And this tall one at the back here is also Pachyserius pringlei, I think. If not, tell me what it is, I would like to know so I can put a proper label in there. And here I have Echinopsis subdenudata with all its babies growing around it. And when I bought this last year, it was actually in bud. It had 2 big buds on it, and I think the change in environment must have upset it a little bit, because the buds fell off in the end, which I was pretty sad about, because they do put really nice flowers out and they smell great. So there's that plant. And at the front here, this is Opuntia microdaisies, which I have pruned in the past few days, and there is new growth coming out all over for spring, which is quite exciting. And I try my hardest not to touch that plant, because it's very lethal if you get those stuck in here. They're so itchy, and they're tiny as well, so you can't see them. And then here at the front, this is Mammillaria bachybergiana, which is in bloom at the minute, which is also on my Instagram. This is one that is quite leany, but they do grow quite leany in their natural habitat, so I'm not too concerned, but it should straighten out when I get it outside, hopefully. And then at the front here, this is Pilosocereus pachycladus, which is known as the blue torch cactus. That was my first ever cactus that I bought in Cornwall, UK, on holiday, and it's grown quite a lot since I got it, considering it's quite a slow growing cactus, and it is one of my favourites. It's a really nice cactus. I love the colour of it. And then here, sorry about the lighting by the way, it's a bit hard to film on my windowsill, but this is Cereus tetragonus, I believe, which is the fairy castle cactus. I bought this in Holland when I was on holiday visiting some family, and managed to get it back over without it getting confiscated. But it has grown quite a bit since August as well. So that's a very nice plant. And then here at the front, I believe this is a Trichocereus hybrid, and somebody said it's a Bridgesii crossed with a Peruvianus, but I'm not 100% sure. So if you can tell me, it would be greatly appreciated. So there's that. And then here at the front, this tiny one here is Cereus peruvianus monsters, which is very tiny. It has grown since I've got it, but it is still pretty tiny. And then here at the front, or at the back, sorry, we've got a bunch of micro daisies, and we have another one there. Both of those I cut off my own plant last year, and they've since put out a couple of new pads on them, which is good to see. And then here we have an elephant bush. I can't remember the proper name for this one because it's one of my newest ones. So it's a variegated version as well. It looks very nice. And then here at the front we have Crassula ovata Golem, which has been on my wish list for quite a while, and I've just bought it a few weeks ago. So that's looking very nice. It's reddening up in the sun quite a bit as well. So that's good. And then here at the front, this is a Sedivaria Blue Mist. And this is one of my newest ones. Excuse me a second. Sorry, I've got a cold still. But I got this a couple of weeks ago, and it's looking very nice in its little pot. I think it was growing from leaf actually as well, because there was, if you look here, this is quite a big leaf compared to the plant. So this one at the front here is Echeveria Black Prince, which has also been on my wish list for quite a while, and I managed to get it a couple of weeks ago. So that's looking very nice. It's very tiny, but it should grow quite big, hopefully in the next couple of years. This one at the front is a Baby Toes. It doesn't look that great, to be honest. I got it a few weeks ago, but it's just the plants in this garden centre, they don't tend to live very long, in my opinion. But it looks alright, but a couple of the outer leaves are wilting quite a lot. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that one. And then here at the front, this is a cutting that I got from Succulent Leaf Share UK page on Facebook. And it is Echeveria prolifica. I'm just waiting for that to root. I got that a couple of days ago, so there's not much progress on that one yet. And then here, this is Allomitriformis with all its baby little pups on the side. And there's the top. It is quite a big, succulent. I have had this one for quite a while now, and it's growing quite a lot since I've got it. It's really quick growing. And here, this is Sedum Adolphii, I believe. And this one was actually pretty big, but I think it was maybe 2 days ago, I beheaded it because it was really stretched out from winter. It didn't really seem to stop growing in winter, even though I had grow lights on it all the time, and it was quite cold still where it was. So I'm waiting for that one to root still, so there's not much progress on that one. And here is my Sempervivum bowl, which I planted end of last year. It's got 2 little red ones there and a darker green one there, and the rest are all quite light green. I'm not really sure on the variety of Sempervivum that they are, but that's alright. They all kind of have the same sort of needs as each other, I suppose, so they're looking quite nice together. I'm hoping to put them in a terrarium soon. I've got a big glass terrarium from a friend, so I'm hoping to put a couple of succulents in there that are all kind of similar with their growth requirements and stuff. And I'm going to make it a bit of a rockery kind of. So that's that. And then here I have Echeveria agavoides, I believe. I did think it was a Polydonis at first, but I think it is an agavoides. And it's got a little pup there. So that's looking really nice. It was quite small when I bought it just over a year ago, and it's grown huge. Like, this is my hand next to it. It's not massive really, but for my collection it's one of my biggest ones. So there's that. And then this plant looks a bit awful at the minute, but I'm going to behead it in a couple of days when the weather picks up a bit. This is Echeveria pollux, or it could be Lillicina, but I'm not really sure. If you know, make sure you leave a comment and tell me, because I would like to know. So this one I have had for quite a while, and it grew a lot since I've got it, but over winter it just didn't really seem to slow down with its growth, so it's stretched out quite a lot. All this is new growth at the top, it's quite compact, but it was really stretched out over winter, so I had no choice really but to behead it, which is quite sad because it was massive before and it looked really nice. So I'll do a video on that when I get round to it. So yeah. And then here, this is my little propagation station, I call it. Which I'm going to be using this for seedlings in kind of late springtime when I decide to plant them when the weather's better. But at the minute I'm using it to put leaves in, so I've got quite a few babies growing in there. And then here, this is Schlumbergera truncata, known as the Thanksgiving cactus, which is the pink flowering kind. And there is a picture of the flowers on my Instagram if you would like to go and follow it. I'll leave a link in the description for my Instagram if I can work out how to do it. I'm not great with technology, to be honest. And in this glass here I have some cuttings of somebody else's Thanksgiving cactus which had white flowers on, so I'm hoping they root soon. They've been in there a couple of days now. There's no signs of roots yet, but it's early days I suppose. And then here at the front we have aloe vera, which are my little seedlings that I grew last year from seeds, obviously. And they're doing pretty well. They're quite brown because they was at the front of my windowsill right in the sun for a good few days, but they should green back up again. And then here, this is another aloe vera seedling from the same batch, which got quite stretched out over winter, but it's coming together alright, I suppose. Looking very nice. And then here I have a pot of string of pearls, which is another cutting I got from Succulent Leaf Share UK. So there's that. And here we have string of buttons, which also came from Succulent Leaf Share, which looks very nice. It's reddened up a lot in the sun as well, that one. So I'm quite pleased with that. And then here, this is a jade plant, which is Crassula ovata. And two of these I actually got from my neighbour. She brought them round. She was like, "You grow cacti, don't you?" And I was like, "Yeah, why?" And then it's like, "Hey, you can have this if you want. I've got too many." So she gave me these, so I put my own plant in there. That was my own plant. And then my neighbour gave me these two. And they have grown quite a lot since I put them in there, which is always nice to see. No flowers this winter though, which is quite sad, but it's alright. We'll try again next year, I suppose. And then over here, this is Sedum Morganianum. They are some cuttings I got from Succulent Leaf Share, and it's been on my wish list for a very long time, that one, so I was pretty pleased to get those, but there's no progress yet on those, but I haven't had them very long, so I'm still hopeful, I suppose. And then here I have some living stones, which I can't really pronounce their name very well, but it's something like Plysophilos Nellii, I think. Sorry if I'm wrong, but it's my best try. But they haven't split yet. I've had them since late summer, I think. No splits in them yet, no flowers. So I haven't mortared them very often because I know that they're very prone to rot. So if anyone can point me in the right direction of a good video or something, or give me any advice on growing them, that'd be well appreciated. And then here I have some jade leaves growing pups on, and those leaves I got from Italy on my holiday, so I'm looking forward to when they grow nice and large for me, and I'll probably give a couple away to friends and family and stuff and keep on for myself. And there is another aloe vera seedling from last year, which as you can see is very tiny, but it's coming on very well. And then here, last but not least, this is Pachyphytum bracteosum, I believe. It could be ovatum, but I'm not 100% sure. This is another one that's been leaning quite a lot, so that one will be going in the greenhouse in summer or spring maybe. And there is actually a little pup down there, if you can see, it's quite purpley, which was when I grew off a leaf from this plant. So there's that. And then that's all, I think. So there is my windowsill of plants. That's my collection. So thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like or subscribe. And make sure you follow my Instagram page, Windowsill Succulents. So I'll see you next time. Bye.